No comprehensive record of Ohio government actions, specifically for July 9, 2026, is available in current search results, as the date is in the future relative to most archived legislative databases, and the available news snippets only capture specific highlights rather than a full official log. However, based on the limited news available for that date, Governor Mike DeWine signed 13 bills into law on Tuesday, which appears to be July 7, 2026, not July 9. Though the news roundup covering these actions was published on July 9, 2026. Identifying them as leftovers from legislation, lawmakers pushed through in June, before a break continuing until after the November election won. On July 9, 2026, Ohio Senate Democrats filed a formal complaint with the Ohio Secretary of State, alleging that Republican gubernatorial candidate Vivek Ramaswamy violated campaign finance laws by failing to disclose $500,000 in payments won. This enforcement-related action involves the Secretary of State's office as the recipient of the complaint and Senate Democrats as the filing party. Regarding public health enforcement, the Ohio Department of Health was actively working with state and federal partners on July 9, 2026, to investigate a growing outbreak of the microscopic parasite Cyclospora, which had sickened 177 Ohioans and hospitalized 28 as of the previous day too. While the department issued health alerts and coordinated investigations, no specific new enforcement penalty or order was explicitly dated to July 9 in the provided text, but the agency's active investigation constitutes a major government action on that date too. The Ohio Secretary of State's website underwent scheduled maintenance on Thursday, July 9, 2026, affecting access to legislation enrolled with the Ohio Legislature 10. This is an administrative action by the agency rather than a legislative or policy change. Additionally, the Maples and Manuscripts event at Dillon State Park, organized by the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, ODNR, took place on July 9, 2026, as part of the America 250 Celebration Event 7. This public event involved ODNR officials and focused on historical and educational programming. No specific legislative committee meetings, new enforcement orders beyond the complaint filing, or major executive decrees were explicitly dated to July 9, 2026 in the search results. The 13 signed bills were enacted on Tuesday, likely July 7, and the hospital closure announcement regarding Ohio Health's Grady Memorial Hospital unit was a planned future action for July 31, not an action taken on July 9. The jobless claims data released by the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services on July 9 covered the period from June 21 to June 27, 2026, representing a routine data publication rather than a new policy action 8. There is no evidence in the search results of major legislative activities, such as new bill introductions or committee votes, occurring specifically on July 9, 2026, as lawmakers were reportedly on a break expected to continue until after the November election won. The fraud prevention initiatives for the Ohio Medicaid system were announced by an official, likely the governor or a senior administrator, but the specific date of the announcement is not explicitly confirmed as July 9 in the provided snippet, though it is associated with recent fraud-fighting efforts 5. In summary, the confirmed government actions for July 9, 2026, are the filing of a campaign finance complaint against Vivek Ramaswamy by Senate Democrats, the ongoing ODH investigation into the Cyclospora outbreak, the ODNR Maples and Manuscripts public event at Dillon State Park, and the SOS website Maintenance 12710. The 13 bills signed by Governor DeWine were enacted on Tuesday, with the news breaking or being summarized on July 9.